Hey folks, Alex here from darkmonkeyballs.com coming at you with another video, except this time it's one of my great audio podcast videos. I know that doesn't make any sense, but stay tuned and listen. Now, forewarning, you're going to be looking at my background here the entire time, so why don't you just minimize the page and watch porn or play Pokemon as my sultry voice is in the background. Give you guys a second to do that. Alrighty, well, today's topic is something that has been bugging me for a while, and I've been meaning to do a video, but I had to debate, do you guys want to watch me talk on video for the entire time, or just listen to me? To me, it doesn't really make a difference, and since I don't like videotaping myself, we're going to do the audio one. So what's bugging me here is it's kind of like this snobbish attitude in the industry, or the hobby, not necessarily the industry, because all the breeder folks I know are kind of well-versed in the animals they carry, and they don't really subscribe to which animal's better than the other and blah, blah, blah. But people that keep reptiles do this bullshit. And it kind of bugs me, because I saw this video on YouTube. The user's pretty popular. I'm not going to say who it is, because that would be bad. I actually like the person's videos and their collection, and they're very knowledgeable and stuff, but one of the things they'd said kind of bugged me, because they were showing off their collection, and they were saying how boring ball pythons are, and they're basically just pet rocks and they don't do anything and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. Like, you don't have to keep ball pythons. I don't give a shit. But then he specifically has a section of his collection that's ball pythons. Why? Because they sell and they make money. So it's you know what? Fine. If you think they're boring, I don't care. But don't be that guy that's like, yeah, I don't like them, but here's my collection so I can make that money off the hobby. Because that's kind of bullshit to me. And whatever, to each their own. I can see where people are coming from. I really can. Because you know what? Ball pythons are docile. They're not that big. Although part of that reason is because people breed them all the time. If you were to really feed up a ball python, they do get up to be about 4.5, 5 feet. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you stretch them out or you hold on to them, I mean, it's a pretty impressive looking animal. And to me, they're pretty cool because they're really the most polymorphic animal in the hobby. They're pretty affordable. I mean, not everybody has to go buy some $12,000 snake, But if you want a cool-looking snake, you can pretty much find any color and pattern you want. You just gotta dish out some cash for it. And as the years go on, they get more and more affordable, so it's not really that big a deal. So basically, what I think happens is people, they look at the reptile industry, they say, hey, there's money to be made here, but I'm way behind in the game, and I don't want to spend the money to build up a collection. So how about I get something, just buy whatever's cheap and then try and say, oh, this is bullshit, that animal's bullshit, and you should buy my stuff because it's better. And that's what happens. They see ball pythons, all these morphs, all these combinations, and the money that it takes to produce them, and they're just lazy. They don't want to do it. And that's fine. You know what? Like, whatever. Do whatever other snake you want to do. It's all good, but just don't insult the people that want to do ball pythons, because they're pretty nice animals, And what the part I don't get is like the whole like boring thing. Yeah, they sit there kind of sort of, but when you handle them, they move around, and I'm not sure what else you want a snake to do. Like, do you want it to crap in your lap or give you a blowjob? I'm not sure, but whatever. I don't think berms and retics are out there doing backflips and writing poetry. One of the arguments I hear, oh, they're too small. Ball pythons are too small, but I'll keep colubrids. I like corn snakes, and I like, hognose and stuff. I like hognose. If there's a colubrid I'm going to get into, I want it to be hognose snakes. But right now, I don't have the space. You guys have seen my little reptile room. You know how limited I am on space. So that's it. That's why I have ball pythons. I like them. I like their colors. Whatever. I also have a shit ton of tarantulas around here that I don't plan on breeding. If you want to talk about the danger aspect of animals, some of the tarantulas I have can pretty much fuck me up if they wanted to. So I don't keep things because they're dangerous or they're exciting or whatever. I mean, I just like the look of certain stuff. That's kind of what I built my collection around. And I used to have bloods and boas and carpets. I think those were the main things that I had for a bit. But I just don't have space. And if I'm trying to focus a collection towards, trying to recoup the money I've invested and all this other stuff, I've got to focus. That's what you got to do if you have limited space. I would... goodness. dying a little bit here. I would love to keep boas or even berms, but I don't have room, and it's a pain in the ass. I also don't like cleaning up shit that's big. That is that big. You keep a berm, and that's some big poop you gotta take care of. They also gotta eat huge meals, and that's something some people don't consider when they buy animals. They just buy something that's gonna look cool. An adult berm is probably gonna start eating rabbits, and rabbits aren't cheap. Same thing with big boas. They gotta eat big meals and they take big shits. So things to consider. That's part of the problem there too, is people just buy things that look cool. And I'll admit, I've done that. I've got a fucking Goliath bird eater about 2 feet from me in my cage here that I fucking hate because the hairs on this thing are like 10 times worse than a fiberglass, and I get nailed all the goddamn time. So I bought it because, hey, it's a big fucking spider, and I thought, it's going to look cool when it's 12 inches across and all this shit. But the reality of keeping this thing is a major pain in the ass. So, hey, if anybody wants a Goliath bird eater, go get one. So that's part of the thing, is people don't think about what they buy. It's just, this snake's going to look cool around my neck as I walk down Venice Beach looking like a douchebag. You know what? That's fine. That's all good. Whatever. Do it, I guess. But don't risk the health of the animal here. And some folks might be disagreeing with what I say and whatever, and that's fine. But I'm right and you're wrong. Some of the weird arguments I hear, it's like ball pythons are too small, so I keep boas or carpets. Boas and carpets are too small. I keep berms. I keep retics. Those are all too boring for me. I keep venomous animals, and that's fucking badass. If the reason you're getting an animal is because it's dangerous, or the challenge, well, actually the challenge isn't really too bad. I mean, if you want to be an experienced keeper and keep harder things, I guess that's fine. But me personally, I don't want something that is going to be causing me issues. I don't need to have a team of people to help me take care of a full-grown berm or a full-grown retic. That's just not my thing. And I love the way the animals look. I really would like to buy an albino granite Burmese python and have the space for it, but I don't. One day when I do have more room, I'll probably grab one of those things and keep it as a pet. Retics, maybe. Who knows? I like how they look. They're long and great patterns and color mutations and all this stuff that's coming out with these snakes. They look good. They're solid animals for the hobby. Berms are just as docile as ball pythons. They're just 20 times the size. Retics, not so much. They're a little bit more inquisitive and stuff, and that's all good. You just got to be educated about what you're keeping. And the thing that probably bugs me the most is that, there's haters and divisions in every hobby. There's always people that are trying to one-up each other to say, you're doing baseball? Well, fuck you. I play football. That's way more hardcore. Or I do MMA. That's way more hardcore. If you want to be a dick like that and that's how you want to present yourself to people, that's fine, kinda, until somebody kicks your ass. But here's the thing. Those hobbies, they don't have the government breathing down their necks to pass laws and restrict everything we're trying to do. The reptile community, the exotic pet trade does. There's always laws coming down the pipe that are trying to ban this snake or that snake, or ban the shipping, ban the keeping, make it harder to keep animals. And that's something we got to look at, because the division in the hobby is not going to help our case. Like, how hard was it to collect, X amount of votes or signatures to stop the last bills that have been coming through? We can't do it, because nobody gives a shit. Everybody wants to go buy whatever animal they want to go buy and then go home. Nobody cares. There's not that unity. There's not that camaraderie to say, hey, we need to band together and we need to stop this, until it's too late. There's a few months back, there was one of the big NARBC shows, as my thing beeps, and they had a panel. Brian Barczyk, Kevin was on there. A lot of the other big breeders were on this panel to kind of fight against what is going on with these laws and stuff. And there was a dude, I won't mention names, happens to have a shop here in Southern California, that was pretty much yelling at them like, oh, we gotta stop this, and what the fuck aren't you guys doing, and where's the money, and blah, 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 and yelling and shit. But what was he doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when these laws were coming down the pike? His collection happens to focus on berms and retics, and that's how he makes his money. So yeah, it's justifiable. He's angry these laws are coming down, but he's loud now because it's becoming real to him that this shit's gonna get lost or banned or whatever. But what was he doing a couple years ago? Nothing. So whatever. It's just my opinion. Like it, hate it, I really don't care. If you disagree, hey, comment down below and give me a solid argument about what part you disagree with. But this attitude of this animal sucks and this animal's better, you know what? Everybody's got their favorites. But don't start trying to badmouth another section of the hobby just because you don't like it or you're not into it. Like, just fucking respectfully say, hey, that's cool. That's not what I'm into. I like carpets or I like berms and all this stuff, whatever. But don't spread that negativity, all right? We already have enough division. We got enough bullshit going around. Bad examples, bad breeders, all this other crap. We don't need your negative ass attitude to spread more negativity and give people more ammo against us, all right? So, in closing, if that's you, which probably I'm sure part of this blog sounds like I'm in that group, whatever, I can tell myself to fuck off, and all you other negative assholes can go fuck off too. Thanks for listening, guys.